Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show and the Cutting Edge Benefits Podcast with our host, Tom Quigley of ClaimLinx. And our topic today is unpacking how to beat the high cost of healthcare. Basically, this is based on Tom's book and Christy's book. Tom, talk about when you wrote this book and how important this is for small business owners.
Oh, it's been out. We've written three. The first one came out in 2004, I believe, and the last one I think was 19 or 20. But if people read the books, they quickly realize that there's a better way to purchase your health insurance as a company and as an individual.
Mhm. So, when you both sat down to write the book, How to Beat the High Cost of Healthcare, what was the biggest misconception or myth about corporate health insurance that you felt absolutely uh, compelled to bust?
That people just don't use it like they think, and all the data is hidden from them to make informed decisions. By using a medical expense plan,
You're on mute, Tom. You're mute. Tom, you're mute.
am I bet off?
You're back now. You're back now. You went mute. Now you're back. You're good.
I'm back. Okay.
Okay. Keep going with that question. Go.
So what happened was is when you do a MERP, you get all your data, so you know how many inpatient stays you had, how many outpatient surgeries, you know all of it. Whereas before, you're going blind. They're saying, "Oh, you had a lot of insurance claims," yet they pro show you no data. And same with the drugs. How much drug usage and all those items. It's just night and day. So you can make informed decisions on how you purchase or programs you put in to entice people to take other options. But unfortunately, so that was the biggest thing I wanted to tell companies. And even the self-funded companies don't get a lot of data.
Hmm. The book outlines a framework for pushing back against escalating health expenses. Looking at the landscape today, which core principles from the book have remained entirely unchanged, and which parts have to adapt to most modern regulations?
Quite frankly, the book itself, the frame's intact. There's some cosmetic things that have happened, such as ACA laws that allow for there's no more pre-existing, and you can't carve out maternity. Um, there's no limits anymore. So pretty much what they've passed has helped businesses um, build their house nicer,
Mhm.
whereas before they were restricted by a few things. The HIPAA laws helped, but the ACA laws weren't there yet when we first started. But some of the nice things back then was you could carve off maternity for guys and young ladies, and the healthy folks you could get real good rates. I mean, like people under 40, I was getting them under $100 a month health insurance costs.
And they got rid of that. Mm.
And because of the ACA, that's what they need to do is go back to where you have options like that, but keep some of the ACA requirements, no limits, no pre-existing.
But still get
But you
reward
can
people for
carve
being
out
healthy.
some of the
Yeah.
items. Yeah.
Yeah. For help being healthy.
Hmm.
A major theme in your writing is shifting the employer's mindset from a passive buyer of insurance to an active strategic consumer. What is the very first step a company needs to take to make that mental shift?
They need to get the buy-in of the owners, presidents, CFOs, CEOs. They all have to be on the same page, and they need to take it out of the HR department's hands.
No,
HR should only be implementing, they shouldn't be making decisions. They're
no,
making terrible decisions out there.
In the book, you challenge the traditional fully insured premium model. For an executive listening who is currently locked into a standard high premium plan, how do you visually map out the financial waste that your book exposes?
Well, you got different scenarios that they may be eligible for. They may be eligible for Medicare or spouses plans, or they may have military options, or they may have parents plans. They may have college plans for some of their kids. The kids may not be wise to be on their tax return because they're living on their own and they got a job bartending and making 20,000 W-2 or 22,000 and they're eligible for no cost health insurance and no deductible. So there's all kinds of ways that you can navigate through the process that the ACA is brought to them, but no one's doing it. They're all thinking that traditional thought, and you got a non-traditional law, and you're trying to use traditional thoughts. You
Yeah.
just throw your hands up.
Many business owners think innovative health plans or self funded structures are a temporary fix or a legal gray area. How does the long term track record of strategies in your book prove that this is sustainable, decades long business strategy?
I honestly believe the way that most agents are selling it is gray. I mean, their traditional health plans, the way they do it. Um, there's no I don't believe there is any black or white ways. I believe our way is more black and white than what people are doing. Ours has been looked at by the DOL and the IRS. We have a two-page letter from the DOL proving that our ideas are not only legit, they work. But the problem is the gray areas is buzzwords used by attorneys or accountants or who usually work for the insurance agents or agencies or insurance companies because they don't want any solution that's black and white because it's not good for who they work for.
Right.
So you use gray areas, just like you could say a 401k is a gray area because the biggest gray part is this excise tax that they try to scare people with. $100 a day per person. That it's not, but the the 401ks have the same rules under ERISA, and it's really funny because they use buzzwords that are, you know, scare the average person, but the people that get it go, like myself, I simply say to them, you could say that about any 401k. It could be gray. You could be exposed. Well, why can you do this? Well, the 401ks don't have as long of longevity as the Section 105. Section 105's been around since 1954. So I'm sorry, guys. Good try. The business owners that fall for that get what they deserve. Higher premiums, worse benefits.
So, if you're a business owner finishing listening to this episode and want to implement the ultimate takeaway from your book to protect their bottom line this quarter, what directive or analysis should they assign to their leadership team tomorrow?
Last 30 pages is revenue after revenue and private letter rulings that and laws that support everything we're doing. So for the attorneys here, this is why you can do this. They haven't changed because of the ACA. That's a misnomer. That's just agents trying to scare people. The HR, the CFOs, those folks should be looking at the first 30 pages, which explain how you should design your benefit plans. Um, the legalese is the last 30. Anyone who does that will listen to me. Those who, pay the $9.95 and get our book, listen to us. I personally uh, am looking for people that are fed up, that are sick and tired of the same old shit. Our rates go up 10, 20% every year, and we get no reasons why other than you had claims. Yeah, but what claims? Can't tell you. I
So
mean,
you're, yeah.
it's just so funny to me, the whole thing. It's like, you're, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? Um, I don't know. Why did the bird just fly into my window and kill itself? Really just happened.
Oh boy.
I don't know what to tell you. Uh, I don't know why, but
It,
why are you getting ripped off? Because you've chosen not to do something that's proactive. I guess if I didn't have windows, that bird would have flown right through. But, it is what it is. So the bottom line to what I tell everyone is you can continue down the same path and it makes no sense. But it's longer, it's not as nice, or you can create your own path that is awesome, no threats, and you get to know everything. But that's your choice. Don't let your HR department deter you from a good story. Um, Take advantage of everything. The old adage, don't let your money get in the way of a good story unless your ass is on the line. And
got it.
whose asses are on the line? Um, well, that's pretty easy. That's the insurance agents, could be the HR department, it could be whoever's made these terrible decisions. So, let the truth prevail. The truth prevails, you win.
All right. Appreciate it. Go to claimlinx.com. Schedule a call, Tom, today. Appreciate it, Tom.
Thank you.
That was a special simulcast. Neil Haley Show on the Cutting Edge Benefits Podcast, guys. Take care.